Thank you so much, Nompu. This is the second part of SME on Point, where we are getting the views of the township businesses. We are here in Soweto in Jablane, just outside Jablane Mall. Earlier, we were talking to informal traders behind me. We're talking to informal traders to find out about their views on the upcoming local government elections, what their desires are. We are taking this conversation a little further, and now we'll be speaking to Mr. Bheki Twala. He is the founder and president of the Township Economy Business Council of South Africa, and he will be telling us a little bit more about the challenges that township businesses are facing. Mr. Twala, thank you so much and welcome to SME on Point. We have come here today to find out about the plight of the informal traders. What are you as a council doing for the informal traders to help them pivot to the next level?
Yeah, thank you very much, Sis Liabo. Thank you for an opportunity. Yes, I think it's very critical, and very important to make sure that the informal trading and the informal businesses are now taking to the next level in terms of trying to formalize them, but making sure that they work in the good conditions. As you could see now, the weather it's not good enough. It's raining, but they're outside there. Now it's a hindrance to their businesses. That's the biggest challenge. Those are the challenges that we're facing, to say we need to take this into the next level. Make sure that we've got proper shelters, they are organized, in terms of even the activities and the supply chain within the informal traders.
Let's talk about the upcoming local government elections. What is at the forefront of the council that you head, that you want the local government to be aware of and to prioritize as political parties launch their manifestos and encourage us to vote for them and so forth?
Recognition. I think government, most especially starting with the local government, they must recognize that there is businesses that are existing there, informal businesses is there, and also formal businesses are there as well. And township economy, it's something that it needs to be recognized by the local government, from the mayor, from MMCs, and then we're making sure that the MMC responsible for economic development recognize and work with the structures on the ground. We do have organizations that are representing informal traders. We've got organizations that are representing township economies. As TAXA, we're representing the township economies, different economies. This is a retail economy. This is the retail township economy, that we need to make sure that we're taking it into the next level. We want the local government to recognize and work closely with the structures, because what is important, that government is also saying, they're saying businesses, they must organize themselves. We've organized ourselves, we are now organized. Then they need to acknowledge that and then make sure that we're sitting in the same table. They can't plan for us as businesses. They need to plan with us, because we know exactly what is it that we need in the township.
So the issue of, or the concept of the township economy is one that had been bandied about for many, many years. Do we really understand what it is meant by township economy? What are we trying to build? Do you think government, both from national and local and provincial level, understand exactly what is it that you need as traders, as business owners?
I don't think so, Sister Liabo. For example, is that we need to start understanding what is township economy and who is township economy. Then if we could answer those two questions, then we'll be able to be in the same level. There's a lot of township economies that are out there that are not even being recognized, and they are not getting the recognition that it deserves. Now we're saying, as the Township Economic Council is saying, we're able to take those economies into the forefront, into the discussions of of government boardrooms and also big businesses. Because there's a difference between a township economy and the big businesses that is operating in the township. Now we need to be able to answer those questions, to say what is township economy and who is township economy. Once we can able to answer that, then we need to say township economy, it exists but it doesn't exist. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't get the attention it deserves. Now we are saying when you talk about township economy, you can't talk township economy sitting in Sandton, talk township economy sitting in Bryanston. You need to talk township economy in Jabulani, where we're standing, and then understanding what is township economy. Because we are saying we know township economy. We are now taking the narrative, we are leading the discussion of township economy, but we are saying we can do it together with government and big businesses, but we need to lead the discussion.
Mr. Twala, let's talk solutions now, right? We are among informal traders. This is their bread and butter. But we need to be able to help them to pivot to the next stage where they are no longer outside. Maybe they're inside the mall, maybe they have a shelter. What do they need to do before we bring in government or we bring in political principles? What do they need to do, and how do they need to think as business people in order to go to the next level?
Yeah, firstly, they need to agree to be organized. We need to make sure that we've got a network or a forum of the informal traders in Jabulani, and then we need to start registering them, in terms of their companies, so that they're able to access funding. For example, we're talking about the CIFA TRAP funding, whereby they've got about 7 schemes that they, assisting the businesses, most especially, in the food and vegetable, in the spaza shops, in personal care. And then I had a discussion with Ubabunkuna to say, next to malls like Obo Jabulani Mall, we need to have our own community malls, whereby we create and build community malls. For example, in front of me, there's a huge space that is here. Why don't we create a township community mall, whereby all the informal traders, they go inside in that mall, and then make sure that at the end of the day, they're in a shelter, they're in a good space, they are provided with proper, structures, whereby they can't every day in the morning bring their trolleys, unpack, and then when it's raining, they need to also pack and run. If the weather is clear, they need to go back and unpack again. It's a lot of work. Then in the evening, they also need to unpack and go home. Now we need to make sure that they've got a permanent space where it's sheltered, and then we bring dignity into their businesses. Because some of us, and people that are already in big businesses, CEOs, people in parliament, they grew up and they were supported by this economy. At the end of the day, they've got challenges as well with permits, and with the bylaws. Those are the things that we need to sit down and with government and say, how do we then come up with permanent solutions so that at the end of the day, we are business there. We're proud because of this dignity that we're bringing into the informal traders and in the township economy.
For those business owners and entrepreneurs who are interested in joining your council, please tell us a little bit about your council and where they can get hold of you.
Yeah, we've got 2 organizations. We've got the Soweto Business Collaboration, and then that is based in Soweto, and then whereby we're developing industries, like your township retail industry, your township tourism industry and all that. But we also have TEXA, the Township Economy Council SA. We are now today launching the Township Economy Month in the month of October, and then they can reach us in the texa.org, or they can phone me direct, with my number, 063 539 3321, 063 539 3321, and then we are also based in Dube next to ShopRite. Check us, and then obviously we are also live, also Guma webinars, and then they can reach us. But also we are reaching out to them as well. We'll be coming to them as well, registering them, assisting them, in applying for the funds that the government is having, the recovery funds, because there are a lot of funds that government is distributing to assist the people who were affected by the looting, but these people are, they don't have that opportunity to get that. Now we are saying, as the TEXA, as Soweto Business Collaboration, we need to assist, the informal traders to be part and parcel, and then to access those funding.
Mr. Bheki Twala, thank you so much for joining us on Point. Unfortunately, this is all we have time for. That was Bheki Twala. He is the founder and president of the Township Economy Business Council of South Africa. We were talking to him about how informal traders can pivot, the challenges that councillors that will be elected in this upcoming elections can be able to assist, and where they should be able to assist. And of course, he talks about a lot of other issues, and that if you want to join them, he has given out his details. But that is all from us from SME on Point on the second edition. Once again, we are on Facebook and on Instagram. Our handle is @SME on Point. With that, we'll go to the break.